Desmond Doss grew up in the serene and picturesque mountains of Virginia. The rolling hills and tranquil landscapes were his playground, and they shaped his early years. He was a devout Seventh-day Adventist, a faith that ran deep in his family and community. His religious beliefs were not just a part of his life, they were the foundation of his very being. Every Sunday he attended church with his family, absorbing the teachings and values that would guide him throughout his life. One of the core tenets of his faith was the belief that killing was inherently wrong. This conviction was not just a passive belief, but an active principle that he lived by. He participated in peace rallies and anti-war protests, always advocating for non-violence and the sanctity of life. The Ten Commandments were his moral compass, guiding every decision he made. Thou shalt not kill was more than just a rule etched in stone. It was a divine mandate that he felt compelled to follow. This commandment, thou shalt not kill, was deeply ingrained in his conscience. It was a principle that he could not and would not compromise, no matter the circumstances. For Doss, this commandment was a way of life. It influenced his actions, his thoughts, and his interactions with others. He believed in the power of peaceful resistance and the importance of standing up for one's beliefs. When World War II broke out, the world was plunged into chaos. Doss, like many young men of his time, was drafted into the military. The call to serve his country was strong, but so was his commitment to his faith. He faced a moral dilemma. He wanted to serve his country, but he could not in good conscience bear arms and take another human life. He declared himself a conscientious objector, a decision that was met with skepticism and hostility. Despite the challenges, Doss was determined to serve. He believed that there were other ways to contribute to the war effort without compromising his beliefs. He wanted to save lives, not take them. He stood firm in his convictions, refusing to carry a weapon. This decision was not easy, and it came with significant personal and professional risks, but Doss was unwavering. He found his calling as a combat medic. In this role, he could fulfill his duty to his country while staying true to his principles. He trained rigorously, learning how to treat wounds, perform emergency surgeries, and provide life-saving care under fire. On the battlefield, Doss's skills were put to the test. He worked tirelessly, often under heavy fire, to save the lives of his fellow soldiers. His bravery and dedication were unparalleled. Initially, his fellow soldiers were skeptical of his refusal to carry a weapon. Some even ridiculed him, questioning his courage and commitment, but Doss's actions spoke louder than words. Through his unwavering faith and extraordinary bravery, Desmond Doss stood firm in his convictions. He proved that one could serve their country honorably without compromising their deeply held beliefs. His story is a testament to the power of faith, courage, and the human spirit. The Battle of Okinawa was a brutal campaign. The island was a strategic target. Both the Americans and the Japanese fought fiercely. The fighting was hand-to-hand, casualties were high, the terrain was treacherous. Amidst this chaos, Desmond Doss went to work. He was unarmed, he carried only his medical kit and his Bible. He braved enemy fire to reach the wounded. He treated both American and Japanese soldiers. His courage was astonishing. He became a legend on the battlefield. Hacksaw Ridge was a critical position. The Japanese defended it fiercely. The Americans suffered heavy losses. Doss, the medic without a gun, became a beacon of hope. He refused to abandon his comrades. Under intense enemy fire, Doss moved from soldier to soldier. He bandaged wounds, he gave morphine, he dragged men to safety, he lowered them down the steep cliffs of Hacksaw Ridge, he prayed over them, he worked tirelessly, driven by his faith and compassion. Section 575, Souls Saved. All through the night, Doss worked. He rescued soldier after soldier. He lowered them to safety. He never stopped. He never gave up. His actions were nothing short of miraculous. When the sun rose, the battlefield was littered with the wounded. But 75 men were alive because of Desmond Doss. He had single-handedly saved them. His actions were a testament to the power of one man's courage and faith. Section 6, A Higher Calling. In the midst of the chaos and destruction of war, There are stories that stand out, stories that inspire and remind us of the human spirit's resilience and capacity for compassion. Desmond Doss was not a soldier driven by hate. He was a man of peace, a conscientious objector who refused to carry a weapon. Yet he found himself in the heart of one of the bloodiest battles of World War II. He did not fight for glory. Doss was not interested in medals or recognition. His mission was simple yet profound: to save lives. He believed that every life was precious and worth saving, regardless of the cost to himself. He fought for something greater than himself. In the heat of battle, while bullets flew and explosions rocked the ground, Doss's focus remained unwavering. He was there to help his fellow soldiers, to be a beacon of hope in the darkest of times. He fought for the lives of his friends. Each soldier he saved was a testament to his bravery and selflessness. He crawled through enemy fire, dragged the wounded to safety, and never once considered his own safety. He fought for his beliefs. Doss's faith was his guiding light. He believed that his purpose was to serve and protect, to be a living example of his convictions, even in the face of unimaginable danger. He was driven by his faith in God. His unwavering belief gave him the strength to perform acts of heroism that seemed impossible. He often prayed for guidance and protection, trusting that he was fulfilling a divine mission. "The Lord helped me get out of there," Doss later said. His faith was not just a private matter, it was a source of strength and inspiration for those around him. His comrades saw his courage and were moved by his example. He believed he was an instrument of God's will. Doss saw his actions as a part of a larger plan, a higher calling that transcended the immediate horrors of war. He felt that he was meant to be there, to make a difference in the lives of his fellow soldiers. He saw his actions as his duty. To Doss, saving lives was not just a choice, it was a moral imperative. He felt a deep sense of responsibility to his comrades, a duty to protect and serve them to the best of his ability. He was a shining example of courage and compassion on the battlefield. Desmond Doss's story is a powerful reminder that even in the darkest times, the light of human kindness and bravery can shine through. His legacy continues to inspire and remind us of the profound impact one person can have. The Battle of Okinawa raged on. Doss continued to display extraordinary bravery. He was wounded several times, but he refused to leave his post. He kept going back into the firefight. He risked his own life to save others. He crawled through mud and blood. Bullets whizzed past him. Explosions shook the ground, but Doss never wavered. He was a true hero. Desmond Doss was more than just a medic to the men he served with. He was a symbol of hope. He was a testament to the power of faith. He was living proof that one man can make a difference. His actions inspired his fellow soldiers. He showed them that courage and compassion could exist even in the darkest of places. He was a shining light in the midst of the horrors of war. Desmond Doss's bravery did not go unnoticed. He was awarded the Medal of Honor. It is the highest military honor in the United States. President Harry S. Truman presented him with the medal. He praised Doss's outstanding courage and unflinching determination. Doss was a humble man. He never sought recognition for his actions. He believed he was just doing his duty. But his story resonated with people around the world. He became a symbol of peace and non-violence. Desmond Doss's story continues to inspire people today. He is a reminder that courage can take many forms. He showed that it is possible to stand up for what you believe in, even in the face of danger, even when others doubt you. Desmond Doss, the medic who refused to carry a gun, became a true American hero. His story is a testament to the power of faith, courage, and compassion. He is a shining example of the best of humanity.